Hey, it's Chris here, and this is a picture of my wife and I. I'm just on Facebook right now, and I want to show you how you can actually get some DubLi business associates. So if you're trying to build your downline, it's pretty easy to get free customers or even paying customers with DubLi. But if you're really looking for business associates, I'm going to show you some of the methods. If you like what you see, feel free to add me on Facebook. I'll put the link below the video as well. I'm going to show you some of the things that I have set up here. So it's really good stuff, and it really comes down to building a good sales funnel. So we're going to show you this really quick here. I'm going to pull up some notepad so we can take some notes as well. And this is something you probably want to do. So if you're going to run any type of paid traffic, whether it be solo ads, pay-per-click, mobile traffic, or my ultimate favorite, Facebook traffic, and I'm going to kind of dabble in and show you how to set all that up. A little bit about me. I've been advertising and doing internet marketing full time now for 4 years. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But I'm going to really go into building your own sales funnel. So what I have set up here is actually a sales funnel for DubLi. And I'm going to explain to you why this sales funnel works so well. And this works extremely well for network marketing businesses, or really any any type of business where you're trying to recruit people. I'm going to show you why. So initially what you're going to do is you're going to design a page similar to this, and here's what I recommend doing. Okay, this is very important, so you can take notes. The first thing you want to do is brand yourself. Okay, you want to brand yourself because when you're building a list or you're doing anything like that, you want to brand yourself first, which is why at the top it says work with Chris and Xiomara. So that's very important. So at the top of your landing page or sales page, you could put work with your name, work with whoever, or your team, right? If you want to brand yourself or your team. And I personally recommend branding yourself. What I do, just to make my page stand out, is I put my phone number here at the top of the page so people can easily contact me. And I put an email address. This does basically two things, and this is optional. You don't have to take every suggestion, but having a phone number plus email gives those prospects a chance to contact you that are interested. I want you to think about this. This video is set to autoplay, so when this page loads, this video automatically starts playing, and people are going to be watching the presentation. Now, after they watch the presentation, they may just want to talk to a potential sponsor. They may want to connect with you. They may want to send you a text message. They may want to get on the phone with you, ask you a few questions, and then done this before, then they just sign up right under you, just like that. So sometimes that's all it takes. Now, what I have in place right here is just a little presentation from DubLi, but I personally recommend, and I'm always split testing different sales funnels, I personally recommend using a funnel with you in it. So if you could, make a YouTube video, use your webcam, talk about the company, talk about how it works, and why people should join you. Now, here's the key. We're going to talk about the video. Video should be under 10 minutes. Why? Because most people coming to this page, it's cold traffic. They're not going to have a lot of time, and they want to get basically straight to the point. So if you can find a video under 10 minutes, like this video right here is 3 minutes, 55 seconds, you're set. If you can find a webinar or something that has a lot of value, that's great. Once you get these prospects on your list, then it's okay to send them to 60-minute webinars or full DubLi webinars. And the reason is because you're going to have those prospects on your list. And that's why this is very important. What I usually do when I send cold traffic, and I should have showed you this, I don't send them directly to this page. I send them to an opt-in page that just requires their email address. So let me actually pull it up just to show you an example of one of the opt-in pages that I use. So this is all gonna make sense to you here in just a minute of why I do it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over here in this new tab. When I send cold traffic, I have people go to a page like this first, not necessarily this page exactly. I have a lot of different pages set up. I have them go to a simple page that's going to catch their attention, and guess what? All that it requires is an email address. It doesn't require a name, a phone number, all that high-tech stuff. It's very simple, dry, to the point, because that's going to give you the highest opt-in rate. This page, when I run it with paid traffic, I see anywhere from 35% up to 60% opt-in rate here. Why? The key is to build your list. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to pull up one of my Aweber accounts. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're using Aweber or GetResponse when you're building your list, any autoresponder. But I'm going to log in here to one of them. to show you the type of lead flow that I've been, recently bringing in. And once it loads here, so as you can see right here, this is one of our lists. Adding anywhere between 100 to 200 subscribers daily. As you can see, we added 162 today, 130 yesterday. So we have a total of about 18,975 subscribers, all in under 60 days. So that was built in under 60 days. And there's days where we reach 500, 600, 700. So it's very consistent. And we have many different lists. So that's just to show you. And I'll show you kind of some of the traffic sources I use too. So this is it. You want to send your traffic here. Cold traffic goes here. You get them on your list. Then I take them to this page. Immediately after they opt into this page, they go to this page. They get to see a presentation. They get to see my face, whatever I decide to split test or put on this page, part of the funnel. Okay, and this is where this funnel really, really works well. So now on this page, they have your phone number. They have your email address. They have all that good information. And the great part is they have an option. Click here to work with Chris and Xiomara. So obviously on your button would say click here to work with your name or your team, because it's all about branding yourself. Let me bring up that notepad again. Brand yourself, phone number plus email. That shows that you're real, because a lot of people, want to talk to a real person. Video should be under 10 minutes. And then put a button, click here to work with, and then your name. Now I'm going to show you what pulls up. Okay. Once again, I think you probably noticed this and throughout the whole landing page process. We have put our picture here. Okay, and we could have put it, anywhere on this page up here or in the background, and we have our picture here. So it's all about this branding, right? It's all about showing kind of, people, hey, you should work with me. Here's why. So this form is a little bit longer, which is okay, because if I can collect as many leads on this part, I can keep following up with them with presentations. I can follow up with this form. But a lot of people will fill out this form who hit this page, just not as many that would fill out the form here. Why? Because people are, naturally lazy. They're short on time. They're only going to fill out what they need to fill out. So I'm going to show you what I did here. I'm going to clear out this application, but I basically, on this page, everything's required. I ask for the prospect's name, I ask for their email address, and I ask for their phone number. Okay, those are very important things. I'm going to explain to you what I do after I get this information. Then I start asking simple questions. This is a very short form. It's going to take a prospect under a minute to fill it out. It's just yes or no questions and things like that. Have you ever done an online business for? Yes or no. So they'd fill it out. What is their income goal per month? And they would choose their income goal. And this is all psychology, because the more action someone takes, the more they start to warm up to you, and the more responsive they're going to be on your list and to you. And then right here, what are you willing to invest to start a business? Now, this is a very important question, and they have some. There's a little form right here that says, "Why do you want to work with us?" And you're more than welcome to add any other fields that you want to qualify your leads. So let's go over to our little notepad. Okay. So qualify your leads, your business associates for DubLi, or for whatever business you're in. And specifically, we're talking about DubLi. Qualify your leads. And here's how you do it. Ask questions. So ask questions. Have you done a business before? What is your experience? You can ask more questions in my form. You're more than welcome to copy what I've done. And this form is basically just created in Aweber or GetResponse. And that form, once they fill it out, I get an email saying, hey, this person filled out the form. And what I usually do, okay, depending on how they answer their questions, usually if prospects put nothing, those are the last people you want to call, because those are usually not the action takers. But if I have a prospect fill out this, or they fill out this or this, any of these, right, I'm going to pick up the phone, and if they haven't already called me, right, I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to dial them and say, hey, Bob, or hey, John, I saw that you, saw the DubLi presentation. I wonder if you had any questions. You're going to get on the phone with them, and then you're going to be able to bring them into your downline that way using this sales funnel. Think about that. And the key is you want to contact your prospects within a 24 to 48 hour period. So contact in 24 to 48 hours. That's because your lead is fresh. You don't want them to forget you. You don't want to call them 7 days down the road when they've lost their interest. You always want to call your leads when they're hot, right? You want to call the leads when they're fresh. So if they fill out that form, I would get on the phone and, when you can, 24 to 48 hours, pick up the phone, call them, and you're going to close out a very good percentage. Even if you don't close them out over the phone, they're still going to be on your email list getting your follow-ups. They're going to remember you because you talk to them on the phone, right? So every time they see your name pop up on the email, so it's very important to introduce yourself on the phone. Tell them a little bit about you. Every time they see your email, they're going to be that much more responsive because nobody else in the marketing world really does this technique. Why? Because it's a little bit more time consuming, and everybody wants easy money. They want money that just comes without doing any work. And this is obviously just an extra step, but this extra step actually gives you massive results, massive results. So you can imagine running paid traffic, having your prospects fill out this form, they answer all the questions why they should work with you. You're going to have a qualified lead. It's very important to qualify your leads. And sure, I could just send prospects to this page, get them on my email list, but I personally like to have a further way of giving them a presentation and qualifying them as to why they want to work with us. Then I'm willing to pick up the phone, give them a call, and I'm able to close between 80 to 90% after they fill out this form. So that's a pretty good close rate after getting on the phone, 80 to 90%. And even if they can't get them to into your business, if they don't have money or whatever reason, you can still get those people to sign up, as a customer, which is really awesome. You can get them to grab the toolbar, the DubLi toolbar, and you can get people into the business that way, and then keep following up with them through email. And they're going to like I said, they're going to warm up through you, having the right follow-up series, and eventually you're sending them webinar presentations. This is the key. Okay, so we kind of moved on. Let me go back to Notepad here. So we're qualifying our leads. What do we do in the follow-up series? So let's go to follow-up. Okay, in the follow-up series, you're going to keep adding value, sending them to webinars. So if when DubLi does their corporate webinars, or if your team does webinars, or if you're doing webinars, you can keep sending them to webinars, and you can have your link underneath those webinars that's set up. And eventually when the time is right, they will sign up, without having to talk to them on the phone. So this is a great way to get business associates into your DubLi business. Once again, here's where you'd send the traffic initially. And as you can see, I'm going to show you some of the traffic that I'm running. I'm running from some traffic from Bing Ads, where I've been running some traffic. And I've been getting a really good cost per click. I'm paying 15 cents, 14 cents a click. On some of the keywords, I've actually been paying 5 or 6 cents a click. And I've been getting pretty decent conversion rates as well, which is really awesome. And that's how I've been building my list right here. And it's worked out extremely well. So this is where I send my traffic to, is a page like this. First, get them, to get into my list, because the key is you want to build your list. Take them to this presentation video, and then the application is what I like to call the bread and butter of it all, or it's the gold, because you're able to qualify your leads, get the information, and kind of go from there. And also, when they fill out the application, they're added to a separate list. So I have a list here, and then when they opt into the application, they're added into what I like to call a more targeted prospect list, because ones who go through this form are more targeted. I can actually sell them a lot easier than just the ones that have only went here, because if they only go this far, right? So if I opt in and I'm taken to this page, I watch the video, but I don't opt in here, then I'm not a serious, lead. I'm not as serious as someone who fills out the form. And that's why I have two separate lists of qualified leads. And then after they purchase the program, I add them to what's called a buyer's list, where I can keep a close connection with them, send them updates, send them to the webinar. That way the retention rate is great. You don't have to worry about your leads dropping out of the business. And that's really all there is to it. It's just a simple step-by-step process. So I hope that helps. If you have, hey, that's another thing. If you guys need help with setting up traffic or setting up campaigns or Facebook, I know I said I was going to show you some Facebook here, but I want to keep this really simple and to the point. Or if you need help setting up the sales funnel step by step, I can help you set up this funnel just like this, which works very well, and help you with getting the right traffic. That's the keyword, getting the right traffic. because once you get the offer onto the right eyeballs, you can get so many signups. So that's it. If you want help doing that, just add me on Facebook and just send me a message. I'll put my Facebook link below, and you're more than welcome to reach out, ask any questions about setting up advertising campaigns, building sales funnels, building lists, anything like that. So I hope that helps with the DubLi presentation, and I'll see you on the other side.